All right, Cap, here we go. Here is your overall, the Four of Coins. Okay. So the Four of Pentacles being the overall here, we're talking about maintaining something the way that it is, right? It's not just about holding on really tightly to something. It makes me think of somebody who is very fearful about change because it could mean loss, which is why we see the 5 show up after this, right? But it may be that, you're going to be forced to release something. For some of you, in terms of money, we're just hanging on to what we've got right now, right? Just hanging in there, not wanting to share, not wanting to give anything right now. But we'll see here. Whew, okay. And that worries me a little bit, because if you've gotten what you've been wishing for in the past, then why is it that you're desperately clinging to it now? Because it should be free flowing. But that would be the 9 of Cups in terms of your past. But this could also be about, you wanting something here, putting a wish out there. Now, for some of you, it could just be with the 9 of Cups that in the past you were content with everything that you've had, but now there's a need to hang on to it, right? Oh. Cap. In the present, the Ace of Cups. I've seen this so much this time around, and I am so glad that I picked up this deck. The Ace of Cups being in the present moment, we're talking about a new start for you to be happy, right? And if you have put that wish out there, here's the opportunity for it. Some of you may be very content with everything that you have, and there's not anything that you're wanting to let go of right now, but there may be an opportunity that you're faced with the Ace of Cups, and that's good. It's good, right? Like it's tempting almost. It's hard to pass up. But, it's an opportunity here to, refill yourself on an emotional level, happiness. But new love does come up with this, though, too. Interesting. Oh, Capricorn. What the hell? Future conditions, the 10 of Wands. So, and I want to know what's going on in your environment, because the Ace of Cups is something, it's beautiful. It's something that you can't look past, right? Now, you may have been putting the wish out there for this, and here it is, but with the 10 of Wands being in future conditions, it's like, there's so much going on right now. There's so much that you have to deal with. You may be carrying around something really heavy right now, and you're not really willing to let it go. And it may be that I need to take care of all of these things. I can't find time to have happiness right now. But it's interesting to me because you come into this like, I'm happy with everything that I have, and I don't want to let go of any of it. But here's something comes toward you, and there's the opportunity to start this emotional fulfillment, but it's like, I just can't find time to create happiness for myself right now. And that's unfortunate. Now, for some of you, it's just, I don't know that this is going to work out because I have all of these things going on. Now, I hate to look at the Ace of Cups and think that it's going to create a burden for you, because that's horrible. But I'm looking at you trying to release something, but with the 4 of Coins, we can't. You can't right now, right? So what is it? What is it that you feel like is your responsibility right now? Oh, your best path to follow, the 8 of Wands. I look at that in terms of your advice. My God, if I could talk right. I need to slow down. The first thing that I got off of this is, if you want change, you need to act. And that's just it. Straight down the line. If communication is coming towards you, you need to respond to it. If things are changing quickly, you need to make sure that you have everything like lined up and ready to go. Don't let everything be up in the air for you, especially with the 10 of Wands being future conditions, right? Because you don't want all of that to just kind of land on you like, But for me, I look at that and think things are happening very quickly, and you have to be ready to act, if you want change. if you want to have this new beginning, right? Now, for some of you, we're needing to let go of some things by communicating what is weighing on us, especially with the Ten of Wands. You may have been happy with everything in the past, but there's a reason why there's a need to refill the cup, so to speak, with the Ace of Cups. Now, in terms of a relationship, it could be we need to let go of some things here, and somebody else needs to start picking up their part of the responsibility if we want to have a renewal. But unfortunately, it looks like Capricorn is left with the weight of everything. Man, oh man. In your environment, the Hierophant. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that we can look at this because of the Four of Pentacles being the overall. If you have an opportunity coming through to you right now with the Ace of Cups, with the Hierophant being there, it could be that you've been through enough difficult changes. You don't want to have to give anything up that is currently making you happy, right? And we're going to stick to what we know to be the right thing to do, right? Traditional values, commitment comes up with the Hierophant. But you have the Ace of Cups. Now, for some of you, this is, I've gotten exactly what I want. Here's this opportunity. We are committing to it. And values are important here when it comes to, you know, this new beginning, this new connection for some of you. But moving into the Ten of Wands still bothers me, and the fact that we're not letting go of anything. For some of you, it's just, I don't want to let go of what I have right now. I'm committing to it because this is the way things should be done. And that Ace of Cups is just sitting there like, and then it starts to weigh on you, right? Which is possible. Cap. But I also look at the Hierophant, and I think, you know, if we're looking for spiritual advice or a new spiritual beginning with the Ace of Cups, that is the start of that. But there may be some things that you need to release in order to be open to that. You know, especially if there are like certain beliefs that are pressuring you, or if you feel pressured to conform to something. Wow, man. It's always so deep. Oh my God, your hopes and fears, judgment. Gotcha. And you don't want to have to go back and review everything if you take advantage of an opportunity and it causes, you know, there to be this burden, right? Like, judgment is going to be about reviewing everything. It's also about making peace with the past, moving on. Rebirth comes up with this, right? Hoping for the rebirth to happen, you know, but favorable judgment would be the hope here. But the thing is if that's the case and you're, you know, sticking to a traditional value or set of beliefs, what is the cost? Because with the Ten of Wands, right? Like, I want people to, you know, judge me based on all of the responsibilities that I take care of. But you're not allowing yourself to have any happiness or fulfillment. You know, it kind of reminds me of, like, for those of you who have children, this is my responsibility. It's my burden. I shouldn't be allowed to have moments of fun because I don't want to be wrongly judged. You know? And that's just an example. And it doesn't mean that you're not happy with what you have. It's just, I think Capricorn is needing a moment of like absolute bliss. And at least the beginning of that, where we can continue that, you know? But with the Ten of Wands, man, and I still look at the Eight of Wands and I think change. I think swift change, swift action, right? Like needing to act in the moment. I also think that we need to, you know, take care of some things so that everything's not up in the air. There are some things that you're going to have to let go of. You need to be a little bit more free. I think some of you may be needing some freedom. But is that sociably acceptable for some of you? And that may not be the case because of the Hierophant being in the environment. Because, you know, I still would hate to think that the Ace of Cups and taking advantage of that is creating a massive burden. But, you know, the fear of judgment or wrongly being accused would be the case there. You know, but needing to be reborn for sure. Needing that rebirth, right? Oh, and then you have the King of Cups. Okay. Now, with the King of Cups coming out, and I'm being very hopeful here because you have the Ace of Cups in the present moment. This could be somebody coming through, could be male, female, could be water sign in future conditions here that may be lightening the load for you, but you need to give it up. But that may be hard to do, especially if there are romantic feelings involved, and that may be the case for some of you. And that's just not, I feel like it's not acceptable in this case. Now, if this is just somebody that's supporting you in terms of, your work, your career, there's an opportunity coming through, but you need to lighten your load, let this person help you. Especially if they're coming through and changing your life here very quickly with the Eight of Wands, or at least communicating with you. All right. There's a couple of different things that could be going on here, but I'm telling you right now, I feel like this is a person in your future conditions. And again, gender doesn't matter here, but when you're talking about the cups, you're talking about loving, romantic, supportive, emotionally open, available. Okay. But what comes along with this person and starting something here may be quite a bit. But the thing is if you were to just let go, maybe this person could relieve some pressure. Now, on the other hand, for some of you, it's like, I'm happy with what I have right now. I don't necessarily believe that I need to have this new beginning. And it may be because there's a lot that comes along with being involved with this person. And then not only that, but there's the fear of judgment when it comes to this, right? But the Nine of Cups. Now, besides being happy with everything that you have, the other part of it is if you were wishing for, some attention and some recognition, it's definitely coming through with the Six of Wands, but we're also talking about overcoming difficulties. But that may be what this person is recognizing about you. That, you have done something really well. There's, the attention and recognition for that. People are going, great job, Capricorn. You've done excellent, right? And then here's this person. And with the Knight of Cups, yeah. With the Ace of Cups, yeah. And then wanting commitment, maybe. Maybe that's too much for you too, though. But this is about an offer coming through. And somebody who is following their heart, right? But, actions. Actions are what's important with the Knight of Cups. And if you're questioning this person's actions, right, and with deep knowing and then looking at use your time well, it would make sense that you come out into this place of having fear and anxiety. Having fear and anxiety when it comes to, do I want to do this? What kind of judgment am I going to face? Is there too much that goes along with this person? Maybe if I just let go, I can release this burden, I can give into this, and maybe I can allow this person to support me, especially if they recognize things about you that maybe somebody else doesn't. And I think of that and I just think, well, right? Food for thought, maybe. But I understand the anxiety and the fear, because you don't want somebody to flake out on you. And you don't want to be left in a place where somebody is dropping all of this burden onto you. And that may be why you're holding back. But either way, with the Four of Coins, you're hanging in there right now. You're holding things close. You're holding your cards close to your chest, right? But I do believe that this, for some of you, is going to be about a person coming through here. It's either wanting your attention and recognition, or they're recognizing you. And that's why the offer is coming through. But the fear, I think, is coming through with judgment and what is traditionally acceptable. You may, now let's just say that for some of you, like if this is a person that you're in a relationship with now, maybe you need to let go, and maybe you need to let them take a little bit of pressure off of you. And maybe they're actually coming through right now to give you what you want in terms of commitment with the Hierophant. And you have that Ace of Cups, right? But judgment could be saying that, you're reviewing this person's actions from the past, though, too, and fearing that they're not going to follow through with their promises, looking at the Knight of Cups. That may be where the fear is coming through. Right? Now, it depends on what your situation is here, but I think that some of you are needing to pay attention to what your intuition is telling you if you feel like somebody is wasting your time. Okay? Because I can't deny the Oracle cards. But with the soul trees, the root chakra, this is about being grounded and, spiritually being grounded here with the Hierophant. Absolutely, right? But needing to feel secure. It is about, what is going on in the physical world for you, right? What is it that grounds you? What is it that brings you security? But then you have love, and then it leads into celebration, right? So being a little bit more grounded in your love and being able to celebrate it. Embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. Judgment, yeah. Oh, allow somebody to support you, right? Like, I want to say that this person is genuine, but only you are going to know that. Again, going back to deep knowing, if they're wasting your time, you will know. But, you can't push down the way that you feel. You need to experience your emotions. You need to feel love. You need to feel joy and bliss. Let those arrows come through with the Eight of Wands, right? Allow that communication, allow the swift change, right? Be ready to act, but be supportive, right? Like, if somebody is wanting to care for you, show that you care for them the same, right? Equal. But you need to be allowed to feel something here. And don't give in so much to fear and anxiety with the Nine of Swords, because if you expect the worst, then you will see the worst, right? But to be fair, though, that could be because of, what the other person has shown you before, though, you know? But wow, Cap, yeah, I want to know. I want to know about this one. If you guys come across a King of Cups or a type of person that starts talking to you in the I feels, I want to hear all about it. But allow yourself to feel love, right? Allow yourself support, but also be supportive to others.